Crime will not be tolerated in this city. And as your district attorney, I'm going to send that message to all criminals. But my first priority is the cancer of corruption. Those peddlers of influence, those takers of bribes. I am putting them on notice. If you are feeding at the trough of public trust, it's not going to be business as usual in Palm Beach anymore. Thank you. Thank you.
This way, please. There's some questions I'd like to ask you.
Mr. Finn.
No comment, Loretta. As campaign manager for the opposition, I just wanted to hear what Mr. Donovan had to say. My candidate, District Attorney Conroy, will have a comment in due time.
I don't want to talk to you about Conroy. I want to talk about you. Jimmy, go get a cup of coffee.
So what's this all about, Loretta? They bump you off the crime beat, got you slogging around in city politics now?
Tate Organization.
What's that, some kind of secret code or something?
There was a harassment suit against Arnold Tate, brought about by the former landowner where Tate Organization now stands. And Judge Wexler, he just threw it out 2 days after you received a $100,000 check by Tate himself.
I was a consultant.
Blascombe Business Park, an environmental impact report that would have sunk their plans was mysteriously suppressed by City Hall. Were you a consultant for them too?
I'm telling you as a friend. You're way off base, Loretta.
She's fishing.
You could head this off before it snowballs. Wherever Loretta's getting her information, you could have it cut off.
I know. You're worried about the judges and commissioners and businessmen who'd go to jail with you. The situation will be handled. Now, why don't you go do what we pay you to do and make sure that Nitwit Conroy wins this election?
Verdict. On my way.
Open up! Now, or you're dead!
Okay, okay!
Channel 9 News. We have a field day with this thing.
Did you ever think we'd see the day people would be afraid to drive home in this neighborhood?
It's the kind of attitude that's gonna get Law and Order Conroy reelected.
Any witnesses?
Mm-hmm. Lady across the street said she saw the whole thing.
Yeah. Evidently, a guy in a ski mask carrying a gun runs up to the car. He jerked the door open. I guess she didn't move fast enough. He popped her, took off in the car.
We're getting pressed more ways than a Sunday suit on this.
By whom?
By whom?
Yeah.
Conroy and your buddy Donovan. They're falling all over each other trying to make this case their own.
This thing falls right into Conroy's hands.
Not necessarily. Now, Donovan said the victim was seen talking to Scott Finn after the news conference was over.
Meaning Loretta was there specifically to talk to Finn.
And wait a minute, so now Donovan is pointing the finger at his boss's campaign.
Oh, yeah, all is fair in love and politics.
Tell you what, go talk to Scott Finn, see if there's anything there, all right?
All right.
I don't believe it. Did Donovan put you up to this? It's not as if the whole world doesn't know he's sweet on you.
Well, he's not sweet on me, sir, and you still haven't answered my question.
I was at the Surfway all night.
It's pretty far afield from the hotbed of politics, isn't it?
Exactly. I go hide out there when I need to do a little real thinking. Undisturbed.
So nobody saw you?
The kid who parks cars did. Look, I'm sorry about Loretta, but I don't know what my talking to her has to do with anything. It's the carjackers and the drug dealers you should be out hassling.
We're conducting an investigation, Mr. Finn. Hassling is what happens when you're a suspect.
Scott, we were hoping for a little cooperation. See, we talked to Loretta's producers at Channel 9. They told us she was on to something. She wasn't covering the election. We thought maybe she confided in you.
She had some crazy ideas about corruption in the mayor's office. I told her if it was true, Conroy would be the first to jump.
She buy that?
Ask me if I care. Look, I came here, I got some work done, and then I went to the Surfway. Alone. Excuse me.
Doesn't he realize his boss is the one that put this case into fast gear? What?
You know, look, come on, Rita, he makes a point. Look, if we questioned everybody Loretta Cole had an intense conversation with, there would be people lined up from here to Miami.
So you think I'm just pressing this to make Donovan happy?
No, I think that whoever took Loretta's car is long gone.
Why did he keep telling us that he was alone at the Surfway? Neither one of us ever asked.
Yeah, Finn, the guy that's on TV all the time?
Right. Was he here last night?
Could have been. I mean, you know, a lot of people come, go.
No. Uh-huh. Well, so do a lot of cars, isn't that right, Malik?
Mm-hmm.
Like that, black Porsche I saw you tooling around in over on Ocean Avenue, huh? What do you think, Rita?
Well, I think we could check it out, Captain, definitely.
Uh-huh,
Hey,
like maybe the owner loaned it to him? We should ask about
Hey,
that.
hey. I didn't hurt it none. Okay, all right. He was here.
Yeah, was he alone?
I just want you guys to know how lucky you are you came to me, okay? Because these other guys, they wouldn't have noticed.
Wouldn't have noticed what?
The lady. She always shows up just a little bit after him.
Did you park a car?
No, She takes a cab. But I know she's pulling something, because she's always wearing those big dark shades and a hat, like she don't want no one to recognize her, you know what I'm saying? And then I get around there to see what I can see. What do I see?
Hurry up, will you? Because the suspense is killing me.
She always stays in the room right next to his.
She look like this?
No. I'm talking about a white lady. Oh, hey, I gotta go. You're not gonna tell on me, all right?
You know, I knew there was something up with Finn, but how did you know he was driving around in that Porsche?
Well, obviously you never had a job parking cars.
Oh, it's another one of those guy things, huh, Captain?
Yeah. So, the guy waxes his board with one of his political groupies. It's amoral, but it is not illegal.
Scott Finn is hiding more than a little between the sheets campaigning.
And he lied to us, Captain. I mean, usually when people do that, they are guilty of something.
No, wait. See, you don't understand something. Most of these political guys, they're also lawyers, and they don't define the truth the same as you and me. speak of the devil.
Captain, have you seen this? Conroy's milking this coal killing for all it's worth. He's climbed 3 points in the polls.
Does this Finn thing put us any closer to Loretta Cole's killer? Because if it's a go nowhere, maybe it's time we moved on.
Then it looks like we're gunning for Conroy.
Which is fine. We just wanted to know where it's headed.
It is not fine. The voters hate that.
Why do I get the feeling I'm watching bad stand-up? Now, if you're here as the ADA, I'll be happy to brief you. But there is no way you're going to use this department as your personal political tool. You understand that?
Captain, you know what conditions will be like if Conroy continues as DA.
Paige, back off. Look, I don't know if this is worth anything, but I talked to a friend who's a prosecutor in St. Louis, where Finn ran his first big campaign.
George, we talked about this.
And he says there's been rumors for a while now that Finn's dirty. Just don't say you heard it from me.
Well, I'm on the record here. Conroy's going to score points until we get on a solid track with this coal killing.
Noted.
Okay, you too. Stay on it.
Okay. So you're still picking the job over the campaign, huh? I like that.
Paige doesn't.
You're in the lead, George. You're doing fine.
Yeah, sure. Look, I want to stay up to the minute on this. Anything comes up, I'm either in my office or at campaign headquarters pretty much around the clock.
You doing okay?
Sure. Why do you ask?
Well, I mean, even the future district attorney's allowed to see his family once in a while.
It's just the home stretch. Oh, everything's fine. Fine.
See ya.
The next time I read about kids in Somalia not getting enough protein, I'll know where it all went.
Protein burns faster than carbohydrates, and it lubricates my brain.
This Finn, he could be a liability. Keep an eye out. And if the cops get onto him, I want to know.
You want to know they're onto him, or you want to know I've taken care of the problem?
You're not assassinating Viet Cong anymore, Burdick. We can pace ourselves just a little bit.
You're the boss.
I got you a little something, just like you asked. Hey, Ling, meet Frank.
Not while I need him.
So how was your day?
Well, the polls are slipping, but we can handle it. I wish I had your donations, though.
In another couple of days, you'll wish you had our lead.
Oh, don't count on it.
Paige, I need to talk to you. It's important.
You're not going back on our arrangement, are you? I can't tell you more than I already know.
We have another rule. Nothing said in this room goes beyond these walls, right?
Tell me.
I can't do this anymore. I'm thinking about getting out.
You're getting serious about us?
Don't be ridiculous. There are things about me, things I've done, you don't know about.
What kind of things?
This kind. No names, no dates. But this is the kind of corruption that Donovan only dreams about putting the lid on.
And for the right quid pro quo, you fill in the blanks, is that it?
I got a spare copy of this with the details tucked away in a safe deposit box. It's yours in exchange for immunity. It's that simple.
We're gonna have to tell Donovan about this.
Yeah. I think we should tell Paige first.
So, would you like to flip a coin?
You know what? I'll talk to Paige. But when it comes time to talk to George, that one's yours.
Thank you very much.
Morning, Mr. Donovan's office. Yes. Let me check the appointment book for you. Mr. Donovan's office.
Got the latest poll results from Miller.
You're not smiling. That must mean we're still in the lead.
What's that supposed to mean?
Hasn't anybody ever told you? You only smile when you're putting on armor.
You want me happy, George? Stop this slide. We're down 3 points to a 6-point lead. It's not good enough.
It'll hold, especially if we keep in mind that I'm still getting paid to do a job around here.
You have to wait, sir. Mr. Donovan is in commerce.
Maybe there's something more compelling than that. What if, just hypothetically, someone came to me with some solid evidence of corruption? Influence peddling, kickbacks?
If you had it, you'd have told me 5 minutes ago.
Well, I don't have it, but I know where I can get it.
For a price, right?
We have to make the giver bulletproof.
Who is it? No. Don't tell me. Look, granting immunity like that outside the judicial process, it's wrong. I won't do it. Besides, it's just the kind of thing that would surface and slap us in the face just before the election.
You need the help, George. Face it. When it comes down to it, the people like status quo.
Then you find some way of raising our status, but no deals.
Paige, hi.
Chris, what a nice surprise. Wish I had time to talk.
I suggest you make time to talk unless you'd like to do this in my office.
Sorry if it looked like I was giving orders.
It's okay. I know you can't help it. I'm concerned about your relationship with Scott Finn.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Save it, Paige. I got 8x10s of you slinking out of the Surfway.
Well, I don't expect you to understand it, but you build up a lot of energy running a political campaign.
And there are some places the stair climber just won't reach.
Most men can't handle a woman using them for sex, not wanting to get involved. Scott and I are on equal footing in that regard. Our only true love is winning.
Winning. So why the masquerade?
Well, it would kill Donovan's campaign, not to mention my career.
Not to mention Finn's career.
No. This kind of a thing, they usually go after the woman and the front runner. Finn would do fine.
What's he hiding?
How badly do you need to show your photo album to Donovan?
You're tough, Paige, but you're also totally transparent, which I would guess in your circle of friends comes off as charm.
Well, how charming do you want me to be?
Not this time. What I want from you is information on Finn. You give it to me, I'll make sure these photos never see the light of day.
All right. This is just a taste. No names, but it'll give you plenty to work with.
She's smart. I'll definitely give her that. I mean, we couldn't arrest her for a single thing, but this definitely puts us in a whole new ballgame, doesn't it?
Yeah. Look at this. We got judgments thrown out of court, legal shortcuts through the process, all presumably in the name of Palm Beach's biggest players.
Influence peddling. Yeah, Loretta Cole must have known about this, but it's not worth killing for, do you think?
Yeah. If she had names, there'd be some pretty high-level jobs at stake.
Plus millions of dollars lining several people's pockets.
Yeah. Well, now we know the right questions to ask Scott Finn.
Yes, we do. Hi, we're here to see Scott Finn.
Scott's not in right now.
Can you tell us where to find him?
I'm sorry I couldn't.
Check this out. It's Ben Kreinholtz, Gallon's Half of Palm Beach.
Right.
Arnold Tate, Ken Blascombe. That's a who's who of money power in there.
So there's no candidate and no campaign manager. Isn't that interesting?
Very interesting.
I bet they could tell us where to find Scott Finn.
I'll bet they could.
You can't go back there.
We won't tell if you don't. Got a problem?
You don't move your hands to the side real slow, you're gonna be the one with the problem.
It's okay, Frank.
Sergeants Lance and Lorenzo, Palm Beach Police.
We usually expect a little more courtesy than this. How can we help you?
We're looking for Scott Finn.
You don't look like you're here to donate. What should I tell him you want?
Well, unless you've been doing volunteer work as his personal secretary, we'd like to know where he is.
I have no idea. But if I see him, I'll tell him you were asking. Gentlemen? Just ran into some of your friends, a couple of cops.
They're just fishing.
Any more fishing going on around you, I could start selling bait. You have what I want?
These are all my records. You'll have about 3 dozen businessmen, judges, and commissioners by the shorts.
I already have them by the shorts. I just don't want anyone else to get the same leverage.
So, what about your end of the bargain?
One way to San Angelo. You're the new deputy mayor.
Yeah, it's got a nice sound to it.
Frank will pick you up at your apartment in 2 hours to take you to the airport. You're not expected for a couple of weeks. Take a vacation. You've earned it.
Yeah, I've got to get some stuff at the Surfway, too.
Then he'll see you there in 2 hours.
Okay. Look, I could stick around till the end of the election.
Well, there's nothing more you can do. Barring something totally unexpected, this election's as good as over.
Thanks, Ben. You won't regret this.
I know.
What a day. We had a $20,000 donor pull out after we wined and dined him. I know you guys don't have that problem. That kind of money's pocket change to you. Hey, you better be pretending to be asleep unless you're conserving energy. Hmm?
Captain, Rita, wait a minute. What the hell happened?
We're not sure. The maid found him this morning when she went in to clean the room.
Does this tie into the Cole murder?
Who am I, Kreskin? We just got here.
I don't mind telling you, this whole thing is starting to get way too close to this election
George,
campaign.
come on, Captain. I don't think this is so good for your blood pressure. Why don't I meet you inside?
Thank you, Rita.
Now, look, George, we can't crowd the crime scene. We're gonna have to walk through it first. Why don't you go back to the office and I'll keep you posted, all right?
Yeah, you're right. Rita, I'm damned if I do or damned if I don't. I mean, Conroy's doing his law and order thing, and if I jump on this, his campaign manager's death, it's gonna sound like, yeah, me too, law and order.
I know.
God, listen to me. I sound like Paige.
Yeah, a little.
I didn't even slow down to think of Finn. He was top-notch in this game, even if I didn't like some of the things he did.
George, you, living out of your car these days?
Oh, no, some dry cleaning.
Yeah, like every stitch you own? What's going on?
I can never hide from you, Rita. You know me too well.
Not really.
Andrea needed a little space. I can't say I blame her. I mean, with all the tension. Probably treat my campaign workers better.
Listen, why don't I stop by the office later on? We'll talk, okay? I gotta go do my job. See ya.
Thanks.
Hi.
Yeah. Briefcase was jimmied. His office said he might have $1,000 or so in cash contributions on any given day.
So, it's a robbery. Or at least made to look like a robbery.
It's hard to say. Somebody was here after the shooting. Emmy figures there's about 10 minutes worth of blood that leaked out onto the bed.
Interesting. You know, it doesn't make sense that the shooter would have hung around, then pushed him out of bed.
Yeah, well, maybe somebody else did. Where the hell is Lorenzo? Aren't bodies important anymore?
Maybe he found a live one that's a little more interesting.
Got you all set for which way Palm Beach at 4. Hello. What is it?
Paige, Scott Finn was murdered last night.
What? How?
In his room with the Surfway, somebody put 2 slugs into his chest.
Look, none of us thinks you're a murderer, but we do need to talk about this.
What does this have to do with me?
Come off it, Paige. They told me about you and Finn.
I'm sorry, George. I've let you down.
All I want to hear right now is all you know about Finn.
George said somebody came to you and wanted to make a deal. Was it Scott Finn?
Yes.
Well, I want to know, how is Ben Kreinholz tied up in this whole thing? Because I find it hard to believe that he didn't know about Finn's favor for cash deal.
Scott said Kreinholz was clean.
Paige, do you know who killed him?
Well, you would have to take a number.
But you were with him last night, Paige, weren't you?
Are you asking me for help, or are you questioning me?
Paige, don't make it any worse than it is.
I'd like to have my lawyer present for this.
Out of deference to George, we'd like to see you at our office today at 1 o'clock.
Be there, Paige. You leave town.
This is bad.
Not necessarily. I mean, I feel bad about Scott, but now that this is all out in the open, George, you wanted corruption in City Hall. It begins and ends with Finn.
So I guess this teary-eyed grief means that he really wasn't your boyfriend.
Well, we all have to do what we have to do.
Yes, we do. That's why I'm letting you go. You're off the campaign, Paige.
You can't. Look, we're almost there, George. You need me to solidify what little lead you have left.
You think we're going to be able to keep this out of the press? They'll have a feast. Campaign managers rig elections. Jimmy had Billy, Nixon had Watergate, Clinton's got himself, and I got you.
Oh, come on, it wasn't like that.
It'll look like that. And Conroy, the lucky SOB, doesn't have Finn as a liability. Hell, he'll probably get the sympathy vote.
George, this did not affect my work for you. You can't abandon me.
I'm cutting my losses. Clear your desk. And make sure you meet Lance and Lorenzo at 1 o'clock sharp.
Hey, Rita. It's Chris. Yeah, I'm at the venue club. I'm gonna shake Kreinholz's tree, see what falls out.
I still say I should have taken the venue. Any place that doesn't allow women makes me want to make a point.
But then who would sweet-talk your friend Malik, huh?
Yeah, well, I'm doing it, but I would rather be there letting the air out of the chauvinistic gas bags. See ya.
See ya.
And so, in the interest of keeping our objectivity clear during this latest murder, I am restructuring my campaign staff. Paige Hamilton has been relieved as of this morning of all day-to-day responsibilities until the facts surrounding these two senseless murders can be determined.
Well, there you have it, an unusual and very personal message from Assistant DA George Donovan. Donovan has acknowledged that his department is investigating the link between his own campaign manager, Paige Hamilton, with the murder last night of the Conroy campaign manager, Scott Finn. Our Channel 9 political analyst, Kent Brody, tells us why this could be an irreversible blow to the Donovan campaign. Kent?
If this broad was with Finn, she could be our final loose end. Check it out.
Mr. Kreinholtz, Detective Lorenzo is here to see you.
I think I'll wait for this one.
Go do what I said. I can handle this cop. Send him in.
It's a nice shirt.
Don't push me.
When I push you, you'll know it. Mr. Kreinholtz.
I don't need to call my lawyer, do I?
No, sir, you're not under investigation. But you are obviously close to the Conroy campaign.
I am. And Scott Finn is going to be a great loss.
Except for the dozens of careers his existence threatened.
Let me tell you something, son. When you've been in this business as long as I have, you learn two things. Every successful person has skeletons in his closet, and the more successful you are, the more they come gunning for you.
I think you know what those skeletons are and who's gunning for Scott Finn. If it comes down to it, we'll do this in my boss's office with your lawyer present.
You flatter me, son. You're looking at a very successful businessman with time on his hands to enjoy life, and that's exactly what I'm doing.
And you do it so well.
Yes, I do.
So this is where you'll be when I send for you?
If I'm not dining with the governor.
You know, sir, I'm sure you have a swell family, but I'm not part of it. Next time we talk, you call me sergeant, or detective, or officer, but you lose the son. Makes you sound like a hick.
Box 916, please.
Score one for Captain Lipschitz in the intimidation department. I mean, he had Malik so scared. That guy just sat there staring at that Porsche, but he didn't see anything, so. What about Kreinholtz?
I almost popped that guy. What a smug piece of work he is.
He know anything?
He's got to know something. What bugged me about him, he sat there so chilled, so unconcerned.
Maybe he really is above it all.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, but if it was me, I would be worried about my pals.
Yep.
Wait a minute, that's it. All these judges, all these commissioners who took bribes brokered by Finn, what do they have to fear most now that he's dead?
Maybe that he didn't take it with him. He left something incriminating, like records or something.
A meticulous guy like Finn would never take this to the grave with him. When I talked to Paige, she said that disc was just a taste.
You know, Finn had to know what he was doing was like playing chicken with a train. I mean, you play that game only so long and you end up in a really tight spot.
And for when that tight spot came, he had to put something together to bargain with. That taste was just a teaser for possible buyers.
So why did Paige have it?
Maybe that tight spot came. Right? Maybe he gave it to her to what? Definitely not to give to us.
Donovan. Immunity from prosecution. George would have never done that. There's no way.
But Finn would have to be crazy not to at least try. If he was building a safety net, we got to get a search warrant. We got to search his residence, his bank, maybe a safety deposit box, storage locker.
And since the taste was on a computer disk, I'm sure the safety net is as well.
Right. Paige is due in, what, half an hour?
Listen, why don't you take care of her? I'll go get a warrant and start pulling out the threads in Scott Finn's life, okay? Deal. See ya.
Rita. Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Yes, that's right.
I think she was here. It's not a flattering picture.
This is a murder investigation, not an audition for Cosmo. Why don't you think a little bit harder?
Yes, she was here not more than an hour ago.
Good. Do you have the owner's confidential inventory list?
Yes, but there's a reason it's called confidential.
And there is a reason this is called a search warrant. I'd like to see the box with the inventory open, please. Thank you. No computer disks. Thank you.
I'm sorry, madam. This section is gentlemen only.
Right, but I'm sure if I was a real madam, there wouldn't be a problem.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Maybe this will help you figure it out.
So how did it go for you this week?
Mr. Kreinholz.
Paige. Well, I guess it's true what they say about you and your anatomy.
I'm here to do business, Ben. If you'd like, we could go to my beauty salon.
What the hell? You've got more sand in your shorts than most of the guys here. So, what can I do for you?
It's what I can do for you. Scott Finn left some records behind that I'm sure would propel George Donovan right into the DA's office.
George is a nice, honest guy. He wouldn't last long enough to be of concern to me.
Nonetheless, I'm sure your friends would rest easier knowing that you were the keeper of Scott Finn's greatest hits.
What are we looking at?
Boxed 3-disc set. Free, if you act now, with a small shipping and handling fee.
How small?
A place in the administration. Something with prestige, high profile, where I can use my talent. I'm not as nice or as honest as George Donovan.
You make a good presentation. I'll talk to my people and get back to you. Paige? The side door's over there. It's a lot closer to the street.
Right.
Where are you?
Right out front.
Wait till she gets home, and I don't want to know anything about this.
Come on, pick up the phone. No answer. I gotta tell you, if Paige doesn't show up, your friend Donovan's gonna have hell to pay.
My friend. He's your friend, too, you know.
Yeah.
Look, Paige has got the dish. She's probably at home making phone calls right now, making deals while we stand here.
Well, what do you think? Should we send a black and white out there?
No, I don't. It might spook her, and she might destroy the evidence. Look, why don't you stay here in case she shows up? I'll go to her place, and I'll just play it real casual.
All right. Do me a favor. When you get out there, call back.
Okay. See ya.
Paige, where are you at? Yeah, Lorenzo.
Chris.
Paige, where are you?
I'm at home. I'm running a little late. I think that, maybe you should send a car around here to pick me up because, I think all this with Scott has just, started to hit me.
Actually, Rita should be there any minute.
Okay. Sin, hold on. Don't go away, all right?
Paige.
Who is it?
Paige, it's Rita.
Oh, God.
Over there.
Just put
put the gun down. We can talk about this, all right?
Rita? Rita?
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
I need backup, Cap. Now.
What are you doing? I made a deal with Kreinholz.
You shut up, Paige. Look, whatever deal she made, the same goes for me. I've already got copies of the disc she got from Finn.
Nice try.
Why don't you just look at the computer? She's already made the copies. Look, I just came to get her to take her in for questioning. Do we have a deal?
The deal is this. You give me those discs, or I make you look real bad before I kill you.
They're in the trunk of my car. I'll give them to you and you can just walk away.
They better be there.
You have to untie me.
You get them. I'm watching every move you make.
I slid them under the liner here. They're hard to reach.
You got 3 seconds before I stuff you both in the trunk.
Okay, in the race for district attorney, we've got a winner projected here with some 63% of the vote now in. Channel 9 News is calling it a victory for the incumbent DA, Roy Conroy.
Sorry, George.
You know, I've been thinking, maybe I'm the kind of guy that needs to have a wall to bang his head against.
Conroy's been a pretty good wall, hasn't he?
Now, let's go to the Conroy campaign headquarters where Honorary Chairman Ben Kreinholz will introduce the man who will be the district attorney for another 3 years.
Did you get a load of this?
Kreinholz got the Finn deal. Conroy made him bulletproof.
Looks like I'll be getting a lot of practice wall banging.
Wait a minute, George. You mean after the battle you and Conroy had?
Yeah, you assumed I'd be out of my butt, huh? Well, I would have guessed that, too.
So you already talked to Conroy?
5 minutes ago. He called, tell me how he agreed with everything I'd said on corruption, and wanted me to go through Finn's files and help him clean up the town.
Sounds like your message hit home.
Well, I don't know if I'd give him that much credit. He'll claim all the victories, and all the people we irritate will be referred to me. Well, looks like it's time to go get Andrea and give that wonderful concession speech.
George, good job. Good job.
It was a good run, buddy.
Thanks for your support.
Yeah.
You know, Kreinholz is tied into 2 cold-blooded murders, and we can't touch him.
No, we can't. But we can watch him. And he's so arrogant, so sure he's in the clear. Sooner or later, he's gonna screw up. And when he does, we'll nail him.
Politics, you know? I mean, who would do that if they could actually earn an honest living?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, given the right post, given the opportunity, I might consider it. No.
No.